Hi, this is Rachel with Leaping Loops. I am very excited to finally get a video tutorial out here for my flower petal face scrubby. These are amazing for washing your face or removing makeup, and then you just toss them into the washing machine because they're cotton and they just wash up and you reuse them. These also would make a cute coaster because they are cotton and absorbable, or even an applique on any project. So they're very versatile. To make this project, we will need an H hook, 5mm. I'm using my clover hook today, and any cotton worsted weight yarn. I'm using I Love This Cotton today in Rosey. Okay, so let's get started. To begin, we will make a magic circle or magic ring. There's different ways to do this. I wrap it around my first two fingers and then cross it, put my hook under the first piece of yarn and over the other and loop it through, and then chain to secure it. You can also, if you prefer, make a chain 3 or chain 4 and slip stitch to make it a ring and work into that. But I like how this makes a nice tight center. Okay, so another option here. This is a very simple pattern, but there are a few options. So you can do a chain 3 for each round to begin, which is completely fine, and that will count as your first stitch. I prefer in this pattern a standing double crochet, which I have a video that I will link to do that, to learn how to do it. So I'm not going to do it very slowly here because there is a video that I made describing how to do it, but I feel with this simple pattern it really blends in better than the triple crochet, or than the chain 3 stitch, but either way is completely fine. So for a standing double, I'm going to pull up to the height of the double crochet, place my finger here and not let go, wrap around that piece of yarn into where I want to work my first stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over, and pull through the last 2 loops. And that gives a more twisted, defined stitch, I believe. So we're going to have a total of 12 double crochet stitches, and that first chain 3 or standing double crochet counts as a double crochet for this pattern. So I'm going to work 11 more double crochets into the ring. Okay, so that's 12 stitches. And then we will pull the tail nice and snug, and that makes a nice center. Then we will slip stitch the beginning of either the top of your chain 3 or the top of your standing double crochet. Over, pull through, and pull through. And that is the first round. Okay, for the second round, we will again either do the chain 3 or the standing double into the first. Oops, that is why you hold on to it, because it will mess up the stitch. Okay, and then we will do a double crochet into that same stitch. Now for this whole round, we will be working 2 double crochets into each double crochet from the previous round. So that will be a total of 24 double crochets for this round. So I will just do that and meet you at the end of the round. All right, so that is 24 double crochets, and then we will slip stitch into the beginning of the first standing double crochet or chain 3 stitch, whichever you prefer to use. Okay, slip stitch into that. Okay, oh, this one doesn't want to stay tight after I said that. Okay, chain, or not, the round, for round 3, we will again chain 3 or do the standing double crochet. And then work another double crochet into that first same stitch there. So there's 2 into that stitch. Then we will work 1 double crochet into the next, and then 2 double crochets into the next stitch. And then we will just keep alternating until the end of the row. So I will do 1 double crochet and then 2 double crochets into the next stitch. Okay, and then we will just continue alternating around, and that ensures it lays nice and flat. 1 and then 2. Okay, and that last stitch of that round should be 1 double crochet. We should end in 1 double crochet, and then slip stitch into the top of that beginning standing or chain 3 stitch. If it wants to cooperate, okay. And then slip stitch. Okay, so the final round, round 4, is where we make the cute little petals. So we will chain 1 and then skip the next stitch and then work 5 double crochets into the following stitch. So skip 1 and then work 5 double crochets. After we do the 5 double crochets into that stitch, we will skip a stitch and slip stitch into the next, and then skip a stitch and work 5 double crochets into that next stitch. And you will just continue doing that around as well. So we skip a stitch, slip stitch into the next, skip a stitch, 5 double crochets into the next stitch. Okay, we're almost done with this round. Skip, slip stitch, skip, slip stitch, or sorry, skip 5 double crochets. Okay, after you're done with that last group of 5 double crochets, there should be one more stitch to skip, and then we will work a slip stitch into the top of that chain 1 that we made at the beginning of the row. And then there you have. I'll just do this here. I just have my giant scissors. Let's cut that off, and then we will finish off and weave in the ends, and those are complete. I like to give them as gifts as a set of 3 or use them myself, but I hope that is helpful. If you have any questions, please go ahead and leave those in the comments, and again, I will leave the written pattern in the description. Thank you so much.